So today I'm going to speak about some index operation that you can run, like the split, the shrink, and the rollover API. So we are going to cover that in a moment. And we are going to cover that with only a demo, actually. So I'm going to open DevTools. All the demo and all the code is available on my GitHub repository. I will paste the link after the session. So let's move to DevTools. Oh, by the way, the first thing I need to do, is to exit from Canvas and go to add data. So I need to add some fake data. I will use here the sample data, the e-commerce orders that we have, and we will start from here. So let's add this data. So it's available now, and I can move to DevTools. So let me zoom in a bit. So the first thing I want to check is the number of shards that I have and the size of the data. So here I have only one shard for my e-commerce index, and I have that number of documents already. So the thing that I want to do is to split this index into 10 shards, because let's say that my index is overloaded, which is not the case obviously here, but let's say this is what is happening in production. So here what I want to do is to take this index, split it to this new index name, which is _target here, and I want to have the number of shards equal to 10. It's not going to work, because when you want to run that kind of operation, you need first to make your index as a read-only index. So to do that, you need to change these settings and set blocks write to true, which means read-only index. And then once it's done, because my index is also in a green status, then I can run this split command again. So let me split that. So it won't take a long time, because obviously here we don't have a lot to do. But let's say you can check, what is happening on the fly by checking all that. So if it takes longer than some milliseconds here, then you can check with this cat API what is currently happening and how fast we are recovering the data. Let's run again the same search that we had previously, but now on the e-commerce target index. If we run it, we can see that we still have the same number of documents, but now we have 10 shards. So let's do the other operation, which is to shrink basically the index. So we have this target index with 10 shards, and now we want to decrease the number of shards. So the first thing we have to do is to move all the primary shards to the same node. To do that, I'm going to check what are the node names that I have here. So I have this instance 0001 running, where I have a lot of my primary shards. And to help also Elasticsearch doing this shrink command, I'm going to set the number of replicas to 0. So with this command, I'm going to change the settings of this target index. And so set the number of replicas to 0, make sure that we allocate all the primary shards on this node only, and also make the index read-only as well. We can check now the allocation. So all the primary shards for our target index are allocated on the node instance 001. So now we can start shrinking the index. So same as we have seen before, we take the source index, we call the shrink API, and we give a name for the index which is going to be shrunk. While we are at it, after the operation is done, we can change the settings and say we don't want to allocate anymore on a specific node. We don't want to have our index read-only, and we want to be able to write again. We can increase the number of replicas. And the most interesting value that we have to set is the number of shards that we have at the end. So we are going to take the 10 shards and shrunk the index into 2 shards, actually. So let's do that. We can have a look at the recover happening again. No, the cat shard, sorry. So everything has been started here with our target index. We can see that we have the primary and the replicas. No, sorry, with the shrunk index, we have our 2 shards, and each shard has the primary and the replicas. And if we search again, oops, sorry. If we search again, here we can see that we still have the same number of documents, but now we are running that on only 2 shards. Of course, we can change again and have only 1 shard if we wish. So let's move to the next operation. We want to use the rollover API to automatically create new indices when it's actually needed. So to do that, I'm going to create an index template. And so index template is something that we have seen this week already. So I'm going to create this index template demo rollover with a simple mapping. And what I want to do is to create an alias, which is a read alias named demo rollover. And I will apply that to every index which starts with demo rollover dash something. So let's create this template. And I'm going to create my first index named 001. And I'm going to add an alias on it, which is the write alias, where I want to write my data to. So let's create this one. So I have now two aliases, one for read and one for write. So here, what I can do is actually create some documents and write those documents to the write alias. If I do that, I can see that I'm writing in this concrete index named 001. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run in the background a task which is going to actually generate the same calls every seconds periodically. So if I check now with the read alias how many documents that we have per index, so we have 8 documents so far in this index, and if I increase that, I can see that we have now 17 documents. So we can start doing the rollover. What does the rollover is doing? It's actually checking that we are meeting some conditions, like the maximum number of docs that we want, the date, or the size of the index. So on this write index, alias, sorry, if I'm running that, I can see that I match this condition, which means that I should have now a new index named 02. And as you can see, I'm still writing to the same demo rollover write alias, and then I'm going to this new index. If I'm running the rollover task again and check again the alias, I can see now that I have my index number 3. And if I run the rollover again, then nothing is happening because I did not meet yet the condition that I want to meet. If I check the aliases, I can see that when I'm searching in my documents, for my documents, I'm searching across all the rollover indices that I created, and the write alias is on this concrete index, you know. So rollover API is basically something that you can put in your cron tab and periodically run it to see if you need to switch to another index and another concrete index. Thank you so much. Have a good day.